Poseidon, look at me. Oh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show. Hope you're all doing well. We're going live on TikTok. We're just getting everything dialed in right now. Look at this. Bosh, bosh. We're live everywhere. We're live everywhere. Bringing the latest and greatest cryptocurrency content around the world. You know this channel is as global as Pitbull. Anyway, hope you're doing well. Welcome to Tuesday evening. Tuesday evening is generally the evening of legends. Just I didn't know if you guys knew that, but it is. And it's always good to kind of hang on with you guys as well. So we got quite a bit to get through as always. The super boring intro we need to get. I absolutely appreciate that the star of this live stream tends to not do what we would have hoped, and it tends to be a little bit boring. But hey, don't worry about it. It's fine. We'll get there. We'll get there in the end. But yeah, welcome in, everybody. Sit down, relax. Maybe put your feet up, grab yourself a hot drink, maybe some popcorn. Who the hell knows? Whatever you want to do. We've got a lot to discuss tonight. We're going to talk tariffs. We're going to talk Fed decisions. We've got some news and reviews around BTC, the UK making a decision on what the hell that wants to do with cryptocurrency. So there's quite a bit to sort of digest this evening. Quite a bit to sort of walk through and, you know, kind of get into that place and certainly sort of start to talk about all things cryptocurrency. So as always, do me a favor, smash the like button to a brand new time. If you're following us on Twitter as well, I do that, and likewise to the legends that are over here on TikTok as well. Shout out to you guys. So thank you so much again. Tap the screen, do all that kind of good stuff, get everything locked in, and ultimately we'll be heading into the deep dark woods of cryptocurrency this evening. So yeah, welcome. Remember, generally speaking, the more likes you get, the more interactions that happen. Generally, we have seen in past times, the market normally goes up. So again, I'm not saying that's factual, but hey, definitely try it. That's my opinion. What's going on, Craig? Craig's first in the house. Miss Tim Shea, welcome to you. Selmo's in the building. What's going on, Selmo? Foz is here. Good to see you, man. Welcome. Swamp's in the building. I'm on a boat and I'm going. I literally listened to that before I live. Tomato Pete's here as well. Welcome. Good to see you, man. Holmes in the building. Cheese is here. Good to see you, buddy. Mr. Vern, what's going on? What is going on? What up, 2-bit race today? Yeah, are we doing the... Well, I don't know what you guys want to do. What are we doing? We did originally say it was going to be Ethereum Tuesdays, but it could be Bits Tuesdays. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat what you guys want to do. Is this or banned circus freaks that actually exist decisions? What? It's this or... I'd go with the circus. Definitely. Good to see you, Glenn. Gigawatt, you heard of the new BNT coin going to be bought and sold on Beans and Toast? No, I have not heard of that. What's going on, Nadar? Good to see you, man. Welcome, welcome. She says, you're the boss. You're the boss. Thursday race is wallet race. Okay, cool. Whoop, whoop. On time for once. Let's get it, Curtis. Well, in that case, then, you know the drill. It is a 5 and buy. I mean, 5 and drive. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about here, but we can do that. I was trying to think about if I could do anything a little bit different, and I can't really. Not at the minute. Not at the minute. I might be able to soon, but not at the minute. I'd like to put some sort of incentive behind it. But anyway, so yeah, we can do that. I'm down with that. Are you on the Picoin wagon? I am not. I've been talking about it on the channel, though, because I think a lot of people are naively ignoring what could come with Pi. It's got a long way to go, let me tell you. Like, it's not going to happen overnight, but it has the chance, is what I would say. But it definitely needs to do a little bit more yet. Personally, just my opinion. Many people maybe don't agree with me. That's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. But yeah, we'll see. Rumble says crypto is a fiat ASF until tomorrow news. I mean, maybe we actually have seen some positive moves in the market, and you know, I'm down for that. I think the Fed decision is going to be pretty interesting. We'll sort of touch on that a little bit later on in the show and sort of get into the deep dive of what is going on. So yeah, as always, do me a favor, smash up the like button to a brand new all-time high. If you are bullish on this cryptocurrency market, remember we cover everything every day, giving you the latest news, reviews, technical analysis, and everything else you need, as well as the insider alpha that you might need to succeed in this market. So we got it all. And in fact, I actually got an email today, which is why I was saying maybe I could do something, but I got an email today, and this was from someone who is, I'd say, like a connection in the space. Let's call it that, right? Let's call it that. So kind of a marketing guy that links in. He sent me a couple of coins previously. He sent me, do you remember that like T1000 coin that we got into that was like, did like a 10x? I think there was that one. He also sent me another coin. I can't remember what it was now. I think it was like that gaming one that did about a 6x as well. Well, he sent me a new coin, right? He sent me a new one. of which I am looking at the minute, and I will release that as and when I think it's appropriate. It is launching May 10th. This is not promotional, paid sponsorship or anything like that, but he's been pretty on point. So make sure that you're dialed in. Make sure that you're in the Marbits Telegram. We may drop it in there. You know what I mean? This is the alpha that you get in the Marbits community. So definitely check that out. But yeah, I have a new coin that is like, I mean, it's saying it's going to be good. So I will let you guys know whether it will or not. Like I said, it's never financial advice, always just advice. So anyway, what's going on, Holmes? Good to see you. Chip is here as well. Welcome. Good to see you all. So like I said, smash that like button, hit the all-time high button, and let's get cooking. So I thought we'd start with a meme. Again. I like the memes. Bitcoin mined in the last 2 weeks, 6,300 BTC. Bitcoin bought by ETFs in the last 2 weeks, 51,800. Pretty wild. How is Bitcoin not 250k right now? Well, that's because some people are selling it. I mean, that's the obvious one, but I thought it was pretty interesting. Any opinion on Ethereum right now? I wouldn't sell my entire Ethereum bag right now. That's my opinion on Ethereum. I don't know if that helps, but I definitely don't think I would be in a world of selling everything that I own in Ethereum. I don't necessarily think that would be a good idea. That's just my personal opinion, though. But yeah, ETFs, man, they've been crazy. They have been buying like we are running out. So yeah, I bought low, but when we see 2K again, I think we could see 2K within the next couple of weeks, personally. But we'll see. But if you bought low, then at the minute you're okay. If you think market sentiment is going to go up, then generally, Ethereum will go up as well. So, you're not in the worst place possible is what I would say. Okay, good, right. So let's take a look at the charts. Well, look at this. Bitcoin back above 95,000 after a pretty flat day, really. We weren't seeing too much, again, trading back in this key area that we've been talking about now for about the last week and a half. This key real trade activity that's going on. We want to see it continue to push to the upside. BTC dominance still growing, showing us that, Wall Street is absolutely buying right now. But this is kind of a couple of key things. Think about this. Look at this. We are seeing a move happening, particularly around the exponential moving averages, i.e. short-term ones are now pushing to the upside, which I think is good news. But overall, from a long-term standpoint, we are now starting to move to the upside. We need a bit more in terms of getting the week green. Actually, 95.6 is what we're looking at. If we can get over 95.6, then you definitely could be in a world of seeing, well, absolutely, therefore, there could be a move in the market. Do you know what I mean? We could get into this place where we are in the world of seeing positive... oh, my God, let me do that. We're seeing positive movements in the market for the overall market, which I think would be good news. And then more importantly, we are starting to see that kind of uptick happen as well. So I think this is a key point for us right now, specifically when you look at some of the price activity and some of the price action that's going on with BTC. So keep your eyes on the weekly. We want to see a couple more indicators break out to the upside, I think, personally. But we're back in this green trade pattern. We didn't come any lower. The lowest we went to is around 93,500, which is fine. That's probably in line with where we've been. Maybe we would wick down on the smaller time frame. If you want to say something like the 4-hour, we actually traded beneath the 20-day exponential moving average. Nothing too crazy to think about on there. But on the daily, I think we're looking okay. Altcoins, you can tell that ETF institution money is just buying Bitcoin right now because the reality is that loads of altcoins are down. Ethereum, as an example, I know you're asking about that, is currently down at 1,786, down about 1.84%. You see Solana down, as well as the Ethereum versus Bitcoin ratio at 2.08%. Absolutely shows us that, people are buying Bitcoin. And when we say people, we actually mean the institutional money. That's what I mean. Bought 1.5K, a big bag. Nice. Yeah, ETH upgrade will go live tomorrow. Petra. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to do anything, really, if I'm honest. I don't know if it's going to do anything. We'll see. The ETH BTC chart looking healthy bounce at the moment. Yeah, do you mean this one? This isn't looking that great, in fairness. But that's because you've got big... I would forget the Ethereum versus BTC chart. I would just purely look in a singular data point, which is kind of what are they doing and where are they key levels right now. I wouldn't necessarily... convince myself either way. I think it's important to reference that. But yeah, we'll see. Please pay attention to Zebek coin, potentially enormous. Yeah, Zebek was moving really well as well. So what else we got going on? Cardano just marginally up. XRP back at 215. That's actually had a good move. And more importantly, I talked about this on my XRP update video. It's holding this sloping trend line. So we are still confirmed on the breakout for XRP. It is important to reference this. This is still a confirmational breakout. We've retested the downward sloping trend line. We've retested some of this low resistance and held, which I think is important to reference, by the way. Sorry, Onage. I think it's important to reference that we actually have held this point. That gives me a lot of optimism in the markets. And again, definitely go and check that video out if you haven't. It talks a little bit about their Q1 financial documents as well, which I think is important to think about. So yeah, HPAR having a pretty good run. Sui maybe throwing itself at a potential buy, depending on if you're looking to get into that market. Casper down 4.5. Again, really just trading some volatility right now in Casper. I wouldn't be too nervous. Bitcoin, like we said, ZBCN looking very bullish. Shout out to anyone that got into this. I actually thought we might see a bigger retracement. The fact we haven't probably tells me that people are way more bullish on this than I thought. And actually could be setting off for a big move. The only thing to think about, and again, I'm only giving you my view on this thing, the only thing to think about would be the volume range that you've got is not a lot, so it probably feels like it's a deliberate move, which could be, could work out better in the long run. Actually, it could hold there. That could be the team, whatever, right? But looking very bullish right now. And AVAX having a 1% move today as well, which is, it's been well overdue. Rest of the market, it's pretty boring, if I'm honest. Oil marginally down, gold up, as there's still some nervousness on risk assets. Now, interestingly enough, I don't know if you guys saw, and I've got a little clip actually to talk about it, but yeah, Trump going to the UAE, he's going to Saudi Arabia. It's going to be pretty interesting. We'll see how that one plays out. Don't necessarily think it's going to be anything too crazy, but hopefully we can secure some sort of trade deals. More on that shortly. USDT dominance just up marginally. So again, this is kind of probably aligned to what we're seeing in the overall market picture with Bitcoin sitting around 95,000. So look, I think a hold, again, I've sort of talked about this now a couple of times. A green candle, in my opinion, is good. All right, I'll take a green candle over a non-green candle. So, fingers crossed we get that. If the FOMC does a pause, would crypto bump then dump or a big dump? I kind of feel like it's priced in. I mean, I think it will dump anyway, just because you'll see this. So generally speaking, you see either W patterns or M patterns going into Fed, which will be the market may briefly pump as like we go into the Fed meeting. Then the decision will come in that everyone is like expecting, but still markets will dump. Then it'll dump. Then Jerome Powell will sort of come on and talk a little bit about how bullish he is, in my opinion, by the way. And then I think it'll just settle down and we'll be sort of in a similar place, in my view. But I talked about this in my update video earlier on. Go and watch that. Talks a little bit about what are the key indicators he's going to be looking at. What are some of the things that may come up as the point of discussion. Obviously, we did our bingo card yesterday, so we'll see how that one plays out. But yeah, I think the Fed decision is absolutely much more, in fact, on what he says, i.e. what the Jerome Powell says, versus what the actual decision is. Because the decision is that there'll be no rate increases or cuts. Like, that's just facts. There's absolutely no way that is going to change. There's no way that differs, etc., etc., etc. So, again, just think about how that all plays out on the wider picture. And then look, well, we may get a little bit of movement on altcoins. We may get something a little bit different. Again, it all depends, in my opinion, on what happens and where market sentiment is. There's a lot of discussions going on around tariffs and trades. I said this the other day. I thought we'd have got another trade deal, albeit there is some definite news sources that are coming out. The UK allegedly is pretty close to a deal. I've heard that Canada is pretty close to a deal. I've heard that some of like India and a couple of others, I think we touched on this yesterday, are also close to a deal as well. So it's kind of playing out pretty interesting, if you ask me. It's kind of playing out pretty interestingly. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled. Watch out. Because I think it could get pretty spicy over the course of the next few days for sure. Right, that is your market update. Let's take a look at a few little bits and pieces. So Titan of Crypto here, he's talking bullish sentiment right now, trading off the central Bollinger Band indicator, i.e. what is the average price between the upper ranges and the lower ranges, with a view right now that, yeah, we're going to see a bounce to the upside as we've continued to do that over the course of the last 12 to 18 months. So I think this, again, he is optimistically bullish that we're going to see it. Now, this is bullish. New Hampshire finally has become the first state to pass a strategic Bitcoin reserve bill into law. Landmark win built on Satoshi Action's model policy establishing blueprint for the nation, which I think is super bullish. Hopefully the first of many. I think this is important to reference. And yeah, hopefully this kind of plays out much more positive than what we've seen. Obviously, we've got the next roundtable coming from the SEC. That obviously could be very bullish as well. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled. I think it's good news. 9x2-bit look at who they've partnered with. Big deep in play. They just partnered with Grab Tech Company on the NASDAQ. NATI. Remind me, we'll take a look at it when we get to the DeFi section in like 20 minutes. Remind me and we'll take a look at it for sure. He's flying to Dubai next week too, likely for tariff deals in Middle East countries, yeah, and maybe like natural gas and oil stuff, I think. So yeah, we'll see. Palantir had a drop, quite good sales price, perhaps lower, $90, but I bought it. Oh, nice, interesting. Let's go on Nadar. MOTO's here. Thanks for the message on X, brother. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. You see Trump say a very, very good announcement coming Friday. Yeah, I've got that. We're going to talk about that and what that could be. I think personally it's stuff to do with Gaza and Israel, but we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully it's something a bit more aligned to cryptocurrency, but you never know. Anyone know how much BTC is left on OTC? About 2.23 million, I think, when we looked the other day. Let's go on, Bobby T. Good to see you, man. Welcome, as always, to everybody. Smash up the like button, by the way. There's nearly 80 people in here. Sorry, I got an itchy toe. Nearly 80 people in here tonight, so do me a favor, smash up the like button to an all-time high, which is good. I followed 2BitNX and immediately got targeted by bots. Yeah, watch out for those choppers. Watch out for those choppers. We'll double back on this because I think it's important, by the way. But look at the key things that came in. Bear in mind, this is now passed into law that lets the Treasury buy Bitcoin. Caps holding at 5% of the total state's fund. I don't know what the actual state fund is, by the way. I don't know the total amount. Mandates robust US regulated custody. Takes effect 60 days after passage. So 60 days from now, we could actually see New Hampshire buying Bitcoin. This will be pretty crazy. Republican Keith Ammann, early Bitcoin advocate, first ever Satoshi Action lawmaker of the year, and the first legislator to introduce our model bill back in 2022. So watch out for this. I think it could be pretty interesting. Yeah, I'm down for it. I'm down for it. We're all down for it. I think it's going to be good. Any interesting mail lately? No, not yet. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. I need the minor people still want to send me a minor, which I need to work through. But yeah, nothing too crazy. But yeah, watch out for this, right? Bullish. Okay, global liquidity, we talked about this, is on the move as we continue. Again, a macro view that breakout is here, that we're actually in this final stage, the final parabola that I believe so many people have been talking about. Hopefully we are in that place right now that this could be it. Got a 125x long on BTC with 50 bucks. Liquidity, 93,985. Nice. 93. I reckon you're all right, 93, personally. I mean, that would be, yeah, I mean, fair play to you. 93k. Where would you see a drop to? So you drop just on the 786, maybe. You might be all right, actually, on that one. It depends, though. I mean, 93's, yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. Well, you definitely want the market to keep going up. Not going down. Come on, BTC. Keep going. Keep going. Anyway, keep your eyes on this. Absolutely many people believe, aligned to global liquidity, that we are about to see this skyrocket in price for BTC. So I thought it was good. Damn, since I thought 2.1 million was on all exchanges, I'm running OTC. What do you mean OTC then? I don't know what you mean. I thought that was exchanges. Because OTC would surely then just be whatever else is not on exchanges. So the circulating supply. Curtis, I know what OTC stands for. But my point would be, where's that coming from? Surely an exchange is the place that sells cryptocurrency. So the exchange value is what's important here. Otherwise, it's just everything else aligned to the circulating supply, isn't it? If you think about it. But yeah, anyway, good news. Right. This was the announcement, by the way, that coming from Donald Trump. I'm not going to do the whole cutout thing, but we'll listen to it. I have listened to it before, but let's listen to it. I don't necessarily think it's about crypto. I'd love it if it was, but I don't think it is. Listen to him.
And we'll have maybe before we're going to, as you know, the Middle East, Saudi Arabia. We're going to UAE and Qatar, and that'll be, I guess, Monday night. Some of you are coming with us. I think before then we're going to have a very, very big announcement to make, like as big as it gets, and I won't tell you on what, but it's going to, and it's very positive. I tell you if it was negative or positive. I can't keep that out. It is really, really positive, and that announcement will be made either Thursday or Friday or Monday before we leave, but it'll be one of the most important announcements that have been made in many years about a certain subject, very important subject. So you'll all be here.
So there you go. Like I said, I would hope that it's about crypto, but I don't believe it will be. I think Gaza, Israel, kind of Iran maybe is my view. But yeah, it's going to be one of the most important announcements in many, many years. We'll see. I mean, unless if you divulge yourself, maybe you allow yourself this kind of slight excitement that you could say, well, maybe it's going to be an announcement that they are buying Bitcoin. Who would have thought that? That would be pretty wild. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Shout out to everybody grabbing their tickets right now. You set of legends. EEAA in the building. You are in, sir. Tickets locked in. Bullish on that. Okay, keep your eyes peeled on that for sure. Right, I need to... sorry, TikTok. I'm just going to have to move you just a wee smidge because I can't actually see what I'm meant to be looking at, which is that. I need to close that.
but it's going to, and it's very
Okay, cool.
positive.
Likely announce some trade deals, maybe. I mean, I think trade deals we could get tomorrow. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, keep your eyes peeled on it. I thought this was pretty interesting. Look at this. Only 993,285 addresses have more than one Bitcoin. Who would have thought that? More than one Bitcoin. Interesting. Shows how early we still are in this space. Shows how, how much there is to go yet. And more importantly, how much further we're going to go. So, yeah. You align that to kind of what we're seeing as a flood into the market, particularly around, these institutional investors that are just like max bullish right now. They're just like, holy crap, I need to buy more and more BTC. I need to buy so much more. Pretty interesting if you ask me. So watch out for this. I think this holder kind of move could absolutely happen. Man, Swede just dumped a little bit more. 323. Let's get it. Collab with Button on the busker for more intro music. What? I don't even know what that is. Yeah, forget World Peace 2-bit. What's a crypto announcement? That's not true. But I don't think the Israel-Iran... I mean, that's Israel-Hamas thing's been going on for like years, hasn't it? So even if that stopped, I still don't think world peace is upon us. But, look, we all want that kind of stuff to stop. That'd be good news. But keep your eyes peeled on this. Okay, right. I want to double down on this. Many of you are probably looking at it going, oh, 2-bit, I can't take it anymore. I can't take all these charts and stuff you talk about. I don't care. Just tell me when my cryptocurrency is going to the moon. Well... This is interesting, actually, and this is kind of aligned to the narrative around trade deals. I actually was having a discussion, debate, whatever you want to call it, with someone about the tariffs, and they were like, oh, no, Trump's crushing the market, like, the global economy is going to die, da-da-da-da. And so this is a really interesting graph. This is the actual trade balance between the US and China, i.e., who is the consumer market and who is not the consumer market. The blue at the top being the Chinese, the gray at the bottom being the US. What you can see here is that in terms of trade balance, it is a huge deficit from China to the US in the sentiment of they need that trade to go through. And so many times we talk about this, and it's difficult to kind of quantify what it looks like. So let me just chuck a couple of numbers at you, because I think it is important to reference just how crazy this has been. China's trade surplus, i.e. how much extra they had that wasn't traded. But listen to this. They surged 102.64 billion in March, up from a US of 58.65 billion in the same period a year earlier, exceeding market expectations of the USD 77 billion, right? So pretty crazy, right? Pretty crazy if you think about that. And the fact of the matter is we saw these huge amounts like surge into the US ahead of obviously all these tariffs, right? But look at this. On the tariffs, meanwhile, imports fell by 4.3% compared to the market expectation of a 2% drop following an 8.4% slump in January, February due to weak domestic demand. So this is obviously pretty like big. We see a massive surge in exports from China pre the tariffs. We then see lowering imports. Bear in mind they're energy dependent, one of the biggest natural gas exporters of the US. So it's pretty important. For the first quarter of the year, the country posted USD 273 billion surplus, with exports rising 5.8% while imports falling 7% due to the period of trade surplus with the US reached 76.66 billion as exports advanced 4.5% while imports declined. So what does this mean? There was a surplus trade amount, i.e. product that was destined for the US and never got there, by over $270 billion. Like, understand how crazy that is. That is a massive sentiment. You can see how that all kind of plays through as well as that walks through. You can see how some of that stacks up over the course of the last, over the last kind of month. Balance of trade. Look at this. Previous 170.52 down to 102. The trade differential is really, really important. You can see electric car exports as an example. You also see just exports in general. Previous at 539.94 USD billion dollars down to 313 year on year is obviously big. What will be really interesting as this all plays out is kind of how it looks over the course of the next 2 or 3 days. But this is kind of crazy to think about. And you see imports year on year down 4.3. So when people say to you, when people go, oh, the trade tariffs are killing the markets and Trump doesn't always do it and da-da-da-da, I absolutely urge people to go and just look at the facts. The other thing to bear in mind here, I'm just going to bring you the Bitcoin chart just because I just need to show you this, guys. But the Chinese economy is, right, it is absolutely bollocks. And so many people don't say that. And so many people go, oh, oh, I mean, the Chinese economy is like crazy bullish. It's not. It is knackered. You take out exports, they are going to struggle. Their biggest market right now is exporting goods, housing, their local housing. Well, we already know that is absolutely knackered, by the way. We know that. The yen's Japanese, by the way. So we already know that is kind of done. Oh, have I froze? What the hell? Oh, there we are. I'm back. Don't know what happened then. Everything just kind of went blank. My eyes closed. But yeah, so the reality here is that the Chinese need the US, and they may hold out. They may try and keep everything going. But China's economy is on the cusp of a deflationary death spiral. This is like crazy to think about, right? Crazy to think about. So you are definitely, or they are definitely in a world where it's bad news. If they, continue this on, it unfortunately, I think, ends up being pretty bad for the Chinese economy. And like I said, we can prove it with some of that data that's coming in as well. So, keep your eyes peeled on it. There's lots of data coming out suggesting that the Chinese economy is in real trouble. You can see some of the data. Well, actually, you can't see some of the data because they've stopped. They've actually stopped producing some of the data. Like, think about that. It's crazy. Like, they've actually stopped printing some of the data. So you can't really track what's going on it as well. But keep your eyes peeled on it. Keep your eyes peeled. Think about it. The biggest export that China has is manufacturing. Well, guess what? Just FYI, manufacturing is down by over 50% in China. And this is obviously going to take a pretty big deal. The weak manufacturing PMI in April is driven by the trade war. And again, the President Chief Economics of Pinpoint Asset Management wrote in a note, the macro data in China and the US will weaken further as a trade policy uncertainty delays business decisions, right? Double down on that, right? Double down on that. And you say, well, how does that affect me? How does that affect my crypto holdings? Longer term, I absolutely believe that we're in a good shape for a market move. Think about this. Goldman Sachs, by the way, linked direct to blockchain, lots of other things, right? Goldman Sachs predict over 16 million jobs in China are currently at risk with high tariffs. And more importantly, export, wholesale, and retail industries are the ones that are being hit the most. 90% of packaging arriving in the US comes under the demise or de minimis scheme. We talked about this before. Basically, where goods have a value of under $800, they don't pay duty. We touched on that before, so watch out. This could be pretty crazy. China will no longer be a superpower. Lots of people are now saying, well, maybe Saudi Arabia could be the next big one. Maybe we start to see this kind of play out, but I think, look, there's a couple of things definitely to think about, particularly when it comes to the Chinese markets. They are not in a position of strength as much as people may want you to believe that. I don't believe that could be the thing, which may drive them to digital assets. It may not. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully it does. Hopefully it does. Joe says, where would crypto be if Kamala won and Gensler was still in office? We dodged a disaster. Yeah, some people think that it would have been better off. I struggle to believe it would have been better off. I do struggle to believe it would be better off personally, but I know some people do think it would have been better, but hey. Michael maybe says, what's going on? Some cheese, some Craig. See, I like that. I like that. People come into the live stream and just ignore like I'm here. Look, even said here, look, what's up, people? And then said, anybody jump into the markets? No, like, hey, what's going on, Tube? Hope you're doing well. Hey, good stream. Thanks, brother. We appreciate all you do. No, nothing. Just comes in. Yo, boom, maybe's in the house. I'm kidding, by the way. I'm kidding. I hope you are, brother. Hope everything's going good. And hope you are winning, which is important, isn't it? It's always important in this game to win. Always important to win. So, yeah. Good news, my friend. Right. Always a pleasure. Never a disaster. And there we go. All right, good news. Is that right? 9. What am I doing here? ODC. Oh, there we go. So, yeah. Watch out. The China stuff. Definitely interesting. And the longer it goes on, I think personally, the better positioned the US will be. I know people freak out. I know people are still going to say it's rubbish. But anyway, keep your eyes peeled on it. Right. From one superpower to us. The UK and the US finalise a trade deal on tariffs. I'd be interested to know what this is. The deal to shield UK steel and auto from 25% tariffs. We don't know what we've given up as a replacement, but yeah, we'll see. The pending agreement between the UK and the US is poised to address tariff quotas on British steel and automobile exports. I didn't even think we exported that many cars. What cars do we export in the UK? Triumph? Is that even still a car manufacturer? Don't know. Consequently, UK exports of steel and automobiles will be shielded from a hefty 25% tariff. I get that. The steel, definitely. Definitely the steel ones. Kamala Harris would even suck a bit. I mean, that's true. Thanks for all the work you put into your videos. We in the US appreciate it. Hey, Dan, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate that as well. Man says, oh, 2-bit, what a cuddle. I mean, kind of, yeah. Yeah, kind of. Pull back on China news very soon. Then a race for the top of the market. Yeah, I think so as well. Justin, devalue the yuan. Love it. Didn't freeze here. Yeah, the whole computer just like, I think I need a new computer soon anyway. Anyway, so yeah, hopefully we get some sort of, positive outlook. US Treasury negotiations with trading partners signals crypto regulation focus. Janet Yellen, of all people, leading negotiations with 17 major trade partners on crypto regulations. This aligns to Cynthia Loomis's plan, obviously for 1 million Bitcoin being purchased, focus on financial stability and push for international standards to mitigate risk and enhance global trade framework. Maybe they're all just going to use XRP. That'd be pretty crazy, wouldn't it? Look at this. Janet Yellen saying this, quote, the recent failure of a major cryptocurrency exchange and the unfortunate impact it's resulted for our holders and investors of crypto assets demonstrates the need for more effective oversight of the cryptocurrency markets. Go ahead, Janet. You go and do some oversight. Anyway, watch out for that. We'll see. And obviously, it's the new SEC roundtable thing that's coming up as well. That could be optimistic in the markets. Let's hope so. Hey, let's hope so. Right. Bitcoin recovers as trade rumors boost enthusiasm. We sort of touched on this really, but Neocoins ETF application's gone in. What did I see yesterday? Someone help me out here. You can help me out on TikTok as well, people. I saw an ETF for Litecoin and it was something else. I can't think what it was though. It was like a crazy one. I was a bit like, man, really? They're going for an ETF for that coin? But anyway, I can't remember. But yeah, ETF rumors definitely excited. This is why you're seeing this. Again, look at this. 1.45 billion, relatively slow day in the overall institutional markets. But look at BlackRock. You cannot sit there right now if you are... you can't sit there. If you are an advocate for crypto, you've been here a while, you've been watching the channel, you kind of dialed into what we do as a community, you kind of understand some of the macro sort of things we look at. BlackRock again buying 5,613 Bitcoin. Like they are literally stacking more cryptocurrency than you can literally mine out of the ground every single day. Look at some of these numbers. Yesterday, 500 million. Day before, 674 million. They topped nearly $1 billion last week. And once again, they're looking like they're buying another huge amount, 3,500 at what, 95K? What's that? Someone help me out. 325 million, something like that. Like BlackRock are going wild right now and are buying more Bitcoin than you ever can imagine. So keep your eyes peeled. There is something cooking. If you don't believe that someone like BlackRock or someone that knows what's going on isn't kind of dialed in, then I don't know what to tell you. UK has a Range Rover Landro. It does actually. They're in Liverpool. I can see you, Alvin. Good to see you, Alvin. Good to see you, buddy, as always. Right, Riot platform offloads 475 BTC. No, Riot, don't sell your Bitcoin. There's a bad move. Obviously, miners need the price of Bitcoin to go up. Energy costs, obviously, still high. Another reason why I think Trump is trying to push those down. This could be obviously good news for any miners. But they did offload 475 Bitcoin. It's not the end of the world, in my opinion. Craig says, mate, see you every night. We would know if there was something up. You missed when you're not here. What? Thanks, Craig. You should bartend this summer anyways and buy more. What? Triumph bikes are still amazing. I take over the Harley. Oh, nice. Lotus, Jag, Bentley, Land Rover, Aston Martin. Are they all UK based? Maybe they are. GFI, new partnership with BlackRock lenders. Nice. Good to see you, as always. I'm from Wales. There's no miners left. I mean, that's true. Wales is a nice country, though. I like Wales. It's always sunny if I go to Wales. So, yeah, watch out for this, right? Riot buying big. I think that's always interesting to think about and always bullish long-term. Watch the miners. What's the UK manufacturers of Top Gear? You'll be surprised when you manufacture Britain, not just cars. It's the trucks and triggers. Oh, it's true. True. Sorry, Jay, from Wales. Evening, everyone. What's going on? AMG. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully, you've all hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to check out the links in the description. If you want to go and trade your favorite cryptocurrencies, we've got some brilliant sign-on bonuses for BLOFIN and MEXC. Don't remember KYC, not required for BLOFIN, depending on where you are in the world. And MEXC offering a substantial bonus sign-up if you're interested. Always do your own research and make sure that you are in a position to lose everything, because that is unfortunately the name of the game in cryptocurrency. Sometimes it all just goes to zero. So, yeah, Anyway, so Captain, I deleted your thing the other day. I can't remember where it was, but it didn't play out like we thought. You told us April. You come back in May and we're nowhere near it. Get out of here. I'm only kidding. Good to see you, man. Welcome to the channel. It's been a minute. Let us know your price predictions. Hey. Anyway, we're bullish on you, buddy. Good to see you as always. Right, that is the charts. That is the news. Don't forget, if you are interested in getting into tonight's Marbits race, dead simple, head on over to our chart. I'll post a link here that you can go and check out and just simply grab yourself a ticket. $5 the ticket. Grab yourself one. Get involved like all of these other people here to get bullish on this. Currently sitting around 360k market cap, nearly $90,000 in liquidity. So we're still holding up. Volume is definitely on the mind and definitely something we're trying to work out. Obviously, we've got a little bit now from the Ethereum races that happen on a Thursday. So again, dial in and get excited. But like I said, I did get a message about a new project that could be interesting. So we'll see. Hey, chat, what's your crypto moon? And I can buy and I can want to get him. The car conversation's always good. Always good. Aston Martin got a factory at Atham in Barry, St. Wales. Wow. Barry, South Wales even, not St. Wales. What's going on, Stargazer? Good to see you, man. Welcome. Welcome. UK is one of the biggest steel and car manufacturers in the world. Is it really? I definitely use steel. So I lived in Sheffield for a little bit, and obviously Sheffield Steel, everyone knows. But yeah, I know that it's a. I know we kind of dial some things up. So yeah, we are just so bullish. I'm bullish on my bits. Right. Sims Alvin's in the chat. I want to shout out Alvin. And Alvin, look at Alvin's coin. It's back up to an $83,000 market cap. Lots of good news stuff coming without Sitecoin. Shout out to Alvin for working hard, making it happen right now. This chart is on the move, by the way. And good health to you, sir. And I know you're working super, super hard with some big partnerships, some big announcements. And yeah, look, it's working. The reversal is officially on the move when it comes to Sitecoin. So big shout out to you, Alvin. And yeah, making it happen right now. So yeah, get it. Get it. Work hard. That's my opinion. And thou shalt be rewarded. Nice. And he got cleared for no more cancer. Let's go. I don't know. Do you celebrate like no cancer? Is that a thing? Anyway, good news, mate. Good news. And like I said, good health to you, sir. And like I said, hopefully more and more and more positive stuff to come. We're all about the good news stories. I'm all about these are good news things. So yeah, shout out to you, Alvin. Give some love to Alvin in the chat. Give some love to Alvin in the chat. You know, went through what I imagine many of us cannot even comprehend. So shout out to you, buddy. Shout out to you. We will see an alt season this year, big or small. I'm still in a world where I think the alt season will be pretty big, personally. I think when the market moves, you got to understand, like, generally market volume is kind of a bit pants. We're absolutely driven by we are driven by institutional investment right now. That's just facts, right? Excuse me. Oh. We're absolutely at the mercy, in some respects, by institutional investment. Because if the reality is, if BlackRock decided to dump $1 billion tomorrow and someone else dumped $1 billion, like, everyone would panic, everyone would sell, the market would be over, and you'd have Lady of Crypto going, oh, it's the worst bull run ever. And then they all flip, and, 2 minutes later, everyone's like, it's the best market in the world. Like, these things tie me out, those sort of people. But anyway. Definitely celebrate no cancer. Nice one, Alvin. Yeah, 100%. 100%. BTC dominance going to top out soon, and that's when alt skyrocket. Yeah, I mean, while institutions are buying, though, it definitely doesn't feel like it wants to slow down. But we'll see. Hopefully, retail kind of comes back in. Hopefully, we see some more optimism move into some of the markets. You can just tell that institutions are buying right now. Alts are getting smashed. What's interesting is you're seeing people sell alts to grab a position in BTC. I mean, we're seeing Bitcoin just dump a little bit right now, which always happens. I say this every single night. For whatever reason, this time of night, we generally see the market cool off, and I don't know why. And I'd be interested to know if anyone had any thoughts on that. So yeah, we'll see. Typically still see a top in August. I think, yeah, I kind of slightly revised my view, but I would say anything between, back end of August, early September, may even run into sort of middle of October, really, would be sort of that window of all-time highness, personally. If we're trying to have been asleep most of the afternoon, like, why literally halfway through? It's because you're streaming. It's a bit harsh. It's a bit harsh, that cheese. I don't necessarily think I agree with you on that, but, look, I see your point. I'm cool with it. You know what I mean? I'm down for that. I'm checking it. I'm rocking it. I'm doing it. Yeah, we'll see. Don't forget, if you've got any questions, feel free to ask them. We'll get into some of your questions in just a second, whether that's any DeFi plays, whether that's, market technicals, whatever you want to talk about. I'm down for it, by the way. I'm down for it. Mark Himes in the building. What's going on, pal? What's going on, pal? Don't because US market's closed. Yeah, is that actually what it is? Maybe that is true, actually. Why would the markets dump? I don't understand why it would dump when the market's closed. Maybe that's true, though. I expect it's just because the US, it's to get for tea time. Maybe. SHX is booming. Oh, we were going to have a look at some DeFi players, weren't we? Who is it really good? Is it absolutely sending it right now? Fair play if it is. Fair play if it is, my friend. Selmo says, chill guy, bro. Is that moving as well? Wow. Let's just dead quick have a look at chill guy. Justin Sally was short in this. It's not moving at all. It's like rubbish. What was the other one? SHX. This one, it's down marginally. It's not the end of the world, is it? Not the end of the world. It's down a little bit. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Shout out to everybody joining on TikTok. Thank you, guys. Don't forget, hit the follow button, tap the screen, do all that good stuff. What's the S&P after hours look like? I don't think I actually have the S&P 500 on here. Maybe I need to put it on. Let's have a look. All. S&P. Why have I put S? Why have I put SNP? S&P index. There we go. Which one do I want? S&P cash. This one. Is this one? Yeah, 5,000. There we go. Yeah, I mean, down is the honest answer, and trading down a little bit. So yeah, interesting. They were more likely to dump before closing. People close positions for the day. Yeah, I think so. I mean, there'd just be a bit of a sell-off in the market. I mean, gold. Look at gold right now. Gold's killing it. Absolutely killing it right now, which is wild. Yeah, BTC is dumping. It's actually dumping pretty hard, actually. We're down like $600 in about 15 minutes. So yeah, I don't think it's going. I'd be surprised if it goes much lower. I don't see us kind of going too crazy. But yeah, maybe people front-running institutional money tomorrow. I don't know. It's always pretty crazy, if you ask me. Always pretty crazy, but hey, it is what it is. Oh, man. Because I'm yawning. Like, the kids keep coming and getting in bed with us at like 4 in the morning. It's awful. My stock and shares up 20% in the past 2 months. Surprised with that in the red. Nice. Nice. I used to have a stocks and shares ISA, but I sold it all. I got out of it. I think I said this story before. Like, I just exited every single fiat currency investment I had and went all in on cryptocurrency. Just like, yeah. Boom, that's what I'm about. Just like max send it. That's what I was about. So yeah. Fact gold is killing it. Isn't a good sign for the economic perspective. Moving to gold is usually defensive. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think the tariff things are forcing people into gold, aren't they? The tariff narrative is definitely forcing people into gold. So yeah, we'll see. We will see for sure. So anything on people's minds? Any queries, questions? Oh, other than I need to get to bed a bit sooner than I'm normally doing. What's going on, Wisdom? Good to see you, man. Appreciate you tuning in on TikTok Live. Jake Craver says gold is going back to 2K this year. Wow. I was looking at someone's predictions earlier and they still think we might see 89K. I mean, it's possible. 89K is not too crazy, is it? 89K is not too crazy. I kind of feel like it's unlikely unless you see another complete shift in ETF volume, which then people start, dumping ETFs. Maybe that becomes a thing. I don't know. At the minute, Daniel, I'm super busy. So like, oh God, it's really bad actually. Like 2 a.m. maybe. And then I'm up at like 6:30. So yeah. People love throwing numbers around. That's true. What's going on, Daniel Stewart? Good to see you. 2-bit, are you massive on XRP? I'm a very good bag holder of XRP. I think there's lots of good things for XRP. I love the fact that loads of people write XRP off as well. Like, I'm a big fan of that. I never used to be, by the way. The community got me into it. I was very much not an XRP person, but I think when you sort of look at what's happening, how they're building, when you research it a little bit more, you get under the skin of what's going on with it. It's pretty interesting. Might not have the best tech in the world. It might not have the fastest blockchain in the world. But you know what? I'd argue if there was ever going to be a company that was born and founded in a cryptocurrency environment that could move and transition into a TradFi environment, Ripple will be the one. And I think XRP could be the coin. So, I absolutely diversify my portfolio. I think it's the right thing to do. But I do have a good holding of XRP because I think it's worth it. I bought in at like 40 cents where the community told me to invest. I think I bought $2,000 at 40 cents. So, turned out that was a pretty good idea in the long run. Okay, 2-bit. I got to sleep around 1:30 a.m. up at 4 every day. Yeah, honestly, it's a killer, isn't it? Like, And normally I try and like sneak a I try and sneak like a bit of a nap with the kids, but not tonight. I got busted. I got busted, so I couldn't do it. So yeah, anyway, such is life. It is what it is, in my opinion. I definitely think we will see a bit of a pump and then a big dump during the FOMC tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, look, it's all going to be around what Jerome Powell says, which I sort of talked about yesterday, but there's not really much coming out of it. Everyone knows the Feds are going to stay where it is. It's all going to be about what Jerome says. Is he going to go political? Is he not? Now, obviously, in our absolute wisdom, we obviously put our bingo card together yesterday. So, slow down in the economy. You think we'll talk about small businesses? Might mention cryptocurrency. Wear a paper tie. I'm excited to do this tomorrow. We'll be crossing this off as we get live tomorrow night. So watch out. But yeah, deal with China could be on it. Glasses fall off. I don't know who the hell put that on there. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled on that one. That could be pretty interesting indeed. But expectation on the market is, look, it'll be what it'll be. I think there's lots of discussions around rate cuts aren't going to happen potentially at the earliest. We think June, maybe July. We know that policy rates will stay the same. That's out of line, by the way. ECB have dropped, UK dropped, Canada dropped. But tariffs are going to probably dominate the conversation, in my opinion. And the jobs market. I talked about it earlier. I talked a bit about ZBCN, Sue. So you did. I actually got into ZBCN. I'm not in it anymore. Like I said, I'm not really in that many players, to be honest. I'm really not into that many players at the minute. I just have my like traditional portfolio, and then I actually did go into a bit of a meme play that turned out all right. Actually, I got a little bit back, so I'm all right with that. If he goes political, it will crush his career. Yeah, I think so. I don't think he can, and I still stand by the sentiment that Trump's put him in for another year, and it's like one of those really awkward like taps on the back, just like, right, Jezza, you got another year. Let's make it happen. Let's get these interest rates down. So we'll see. When I looked into XRP, it would only need to get to 250 per XRP to cover the global liquidity. So would they try to drive it more than they would need to? A lot of people say 4 or 5 digits eventually. Yeah, people are mental when they say that, though. Mental when they say that. Like, look, I'm as big a bull as many, and I would like to think I'm as optimistic on the market as the next person, but XRP at 10 grand is insane at the minute. Like, the lunatics that say that. Let's concentrate on getting XRP at $5, then we'll worry about what's going to do afterwards. But, longer term, could it truly form maybe part of a global payment system? Yeah, 100%, of course it could. Whether it's going to form that in the next 4 years, I don't know, but it's worthwhile having, in my opinion. I did the same with XRP, bought about 2 grand, around 40 cents. That's community for you. Yeah, better to have some than not. I agree, Craig. I agree. 37, that's awful. That is awful. I don't know how you sleep at night. Bitcoin potentially is enormous like XRP. Please pay attention. Yeah, you said that. You don't copy and paste it, piece. It's fine. We watched it early on. Yeah, Zebek looking pretty interesting. I still would say that I'd wait for a potential entry, though, at 16 maybe, if I was looking to go after it. And do you think the market's going to potentially come back down again? Don't know. I mean, BTC trying to rally again, so we'll see. I would love to see a 4-digit XRP not happening for quite some time. Look, the thing is, though, right? I know people say that. 4-digit XRP. Bro, if XRP got to like $200, 100% I would be selling like a good portion of my, a good portion of it. I'm trying to think how much I own. I can't remember, if I'm honest. Let me have a look. Calculator. I think I know what I've got. So let me say it was that much. Times, let's say $200. Yeah, so I don't need it to get to $200. I think if it could get to, let me think. If it could get to like 16, maybe a bit more actually. Maybe a bit more. $32 I would be pretty happy with, I reckon. $32 I'd be happy with. Yeah. $200 makes me 15.4 million. Holy shit. Yeah. Yes, you don't need $200 there. What the hell's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You need 10 would net you 1.5 million. So, man, you need to be like $7. Holy shit, Daniel. Jesus. I can work out how much you've got, actually. But yeah, if you just got to if you got $7, you'd be fine. $7, you'd be good. What do you think long-term price? H-bar. You see, I kind of like H-bar. But at the same time, it's sort of just declining a little bit. I think, Yeah, it all feels a little bit quiet. I've heard lots of people talk about maybe a couple of bucks, maybe 3 at the max. I think it depends. I think H-bar maybe could be, another 4 years, build out, really sort of integrate tech. Yeah, but I do like it. But yeah, I mean, maybe $3. Maybe $3. If you were to, if you sort of Trende Aragua, whatever the hell they're called, you would argue that Super Bull case, which will be up here, 4236 on the 3618, 150. 160 based on current trend. Hard to tell though. That'll be on the monthly candle. So yeah, you'd have to wait and see. But I know a lot of people talk about, certainly $2 or $3. Definitely. 10 will be the end of my self-employment. Nice, Daniel. Yeah, that'd be bullish. If you could only invest in one, which one do you think would have the highest return? Sweet Ondo render. Ondo would be my personal prediction. Let me tell you why. The US is committed that they're going to print more money than ever. They will print more money, right? They're going to probably print more money than we've ever seen before. They'll issue treasury yields. They'll issue treasury bonds. Currently about 4.5%. Well, it's about 4.3% interest rates. We know that the Chinese market sold loads of treasuries. So it's like a buyer's market right now. Yield's pretty high. They are going to try and maximize that yield to print money, to ease the inflation. Like, we know that's not going to happen. So if Ondo can then tokenize that, put it on the blockchain. It's backed by BlackRock. Like, Ondo is going to be one that I think so many people will miss out on. So many people will miss out on Ondo. There's a couple of coins I think will be really strong. I absolutely believe Aerodrome Finance is like a tweet away from being the next big thing as well. So, but yeah, Ondo, again, just another one I think people should just have some exposure to. Again, I'm not saying you should go out there and buy everything. I just think it's good on Glenn. I just think it's worth having some exposure to it, is my opinion. My opinion only. As we said, that depends on time frame, Curtis. Yeah, a little bit. $5, I'm selling half. Let's go, Daniel. Got carried away and bought 20,000 H, bought 21p. Nice. That's all right. That's a 4x. I don't know how much that is in fiat, but decent. Awesome. It's the cheapest of the 3-2. Yeah, it's true. I think H bar will be big, but long-term play. Yeah, I agree. Anyone like XCN anymore? We were talking about XCN. Actually feels okay. It feels better than most altcoins, actually. So yeah, the problem you've got with XCN is this, look, which is very low volume. That's always going to be difficult. When you've got low volume, it's really hard to start to break any sort of momentum out. So keep your eyes peeled though. XCN, we've talked about before. I think certainly could have its day in the markets for sure. But yeah, that's my view, Jesse. Hope that helps. But Jesse, I'm sure the XCN community moved to ZBCN, maybe. I feel there was about 5 of them that came out of that. I feel like M-Creeks told me about it. And I know you did as well, Tim, like years ago. But yeah. Interesting. Man, did anyone realize it's 7:50? Sorry, it's not 7:52. It's 9:52. Where the hell's 52 minutes gone? Like, seriously, where has 52 minutes of this live stream gone? Man, that's wild. Like, what the hell? Cheapest means nothing, Curtis. I mean, that's true as well. That's true. Homes it does to me is the cheapest and the highest return I can give it now. Yeah, assuming it goes up, by the way. Assuming it goes up. So many people, my advice is look at growth and market cap. Where could they go to? That's the best way of doing it. Forget price. Price is irrelevant. If you think about it, you're just going to get more tokens for your money. So price is irrelevant. It's where it could go to that you need to understand. How, like, for example, how much more difficult is it going to be to move Bitcoin from 94.5 to, say, let's say 200,000 versus, let's say, XRP from $2 to 5, right? Because they're the same equation. So the same value of capital into either one of those returns the same rewards, depending on what happens. It's how feasible those are. You know that longer term, if you were just to play it out, Bitcoin will just continue to go up. That's pretty obvious. The rest of it, though, is obviously not quite the same. So yeah, exactly as Holmes says, price does not price does not determine potential. Absolutely agree with you. Absolutely agree with you. So there we go. Right, we've got 21 entries into the Marbits race. Shout out to everybody. Let me just read out the wallet. Double check that you're in. EEAA is in. D677, F110, A347. ODCO, 067C, and 7041, and 16CO. If your wallet is not announced, but you believe you're to be in that race, let me know in the chat, and we'll get you added in. But I think that's everybody that's in. And hopefully we'll see a little bit more movement in the market. So yeah, Lauren Babs here. What's going on, Lauren? The soul-wandering Bab. Hope you're doing well. Hope the family is good as well. Hope they're all keeping okay. But yeah, Lauren Babb in the building, everybody. Lauren Babb. Lauren usually comes with company. Oh dear me. What's going on, Jay Burns? What's going on, Jay? Good to see you, man. Good to see you, baby. You ready? This is one just for you, Lauren. This.
Okay, guys. These eggs have given us a lot of trouble in the past. Does anybody need anything off this guy, or can we bypass him?
I think Leroy needs something from this guy.
Oh, he needs those devout shoulders. Isn't he a paladin?
Yeah, but that'll help him heal better. He'll have more mana.
Christ. Okay. Well, what we'll do, I'll run in first, gather up all the eggs so we can kind of just, blast them all down with AoE. I will use Intimidating Shout to kind of scatter them so we don't have to fight a whole bunch of them at once. When my shout's done, I'll need Anthony to come in and drop his shout too, so we can keep them scattered and not to fight too many. When his is done, Bass, of course, will need to run in and do the same thing. We're going to need Divine Intervention on our mages, so they can AE, so we can, of course, get them down fast, because we're bringing all these guys. I mean, we'll be in trouble if we don't take them down quick. I think it's a pretty good plan, and we should be able to pull it off this time. What do you think, Abdul? Can you give me a number crunch real quick?
Yeah, give me a sec. I'm coming up with 32.33, repeating, of course, percentage of survival.
Oh, that's a lot better than we usually do.
Alright, thumbs up.
Ready, guys?
Let's do this. Leroy Dragons! Oh my god, he just ran in.
Oh, dear me. It just reminded me, I reckon you could do yours. You could be like, Lauren Babb. I know that was a really long-winded way of getting to that point, but yeah, you can... Oh, dear. Anyway, it's fun. It's fun. Right, we're closing the gates. That's it. If you're not in, you're not in. No one said that their wallet's not in. So we have got you locked in. Okay, so yeah, get ready. We actually have a new track, by the way. New track coming out of the one and only Blazer X. Check it out.
Marbits. They said crypto's dead, I said cool story. Then I watched a marble do a flip, pure glory. No charts, no bots, no Ponzi pitch. Just one roll deep and I'm stupid rich. Obstacle course like a fever dream. Spinning through jelly beans, laser beams. It ain't proof of stake, it's proof you spun. Where fortunes flip off a loop-de-loop run. Wall Street cried, this can't be fair. But my marble hit a ramp and flew through the air. Now I'm buying land in the metaverse Alps. While you're still stuck reading Reddit scalps. Marbits. Roll it once, roll it all. Watch that crypto cannonball. Madness, marble, money flow. The blockchain's got a game show. Not a coin, it's fate. We're chancing chaos, procreate. Click to spin, or stay a peasant. I got rich off pure kinetic presence. Gary V tried, but his marble cried. Went off track, hit a pie, then died. Vitalik's ball did a pirouette, then got stuck in a loop called regret. There's a goose with a hat, a squid DJ, an NFT squirrel yelling, not today! Randomness reigns, the logic's absurd.
Hold on a minute. Marion Gardner says, why are you live? I mean, I thought we said it was fine. You told me it was okay. I literally messaged you and you were like, I was like, hey, I'm going to go live. And you were like, that's fine. It's fine. So I don't know why it's got weird now. You literally said to me, it's fine. Go live. Go live. I'm cool with it tonight. I know you weren't the other night, but you said you were fine with it. So hopefully that's okay. If it's not, then you definitely need to let me know when you send me a message. But obviously.
But my games go burr. Haven't you heard? It's physics, chance, and mean perfection. A DeFi arcade with zero direction. You're trading charts? Bro, that's quaint. Marbit's got a unicorn powered by paint.
So there we go. Bullish! Because that's how he does. Do you know what I like the most is when they come in, say something, and never say anything again. FYI, look at this. Michael may be looking fresh over there. Also, don't forget, you can actually follow me over on all of the favorite YouTube channels and everything else. It's dead easy. You have to wait until I'm back on the other screen so you can see it. Anyway, right. We're locked in. All the heroes are dialed in. Everyone's going to be bullish. There you are. Look, there are the champions for this one. Good luck to all of the heroes in there. Look, everyone's watching what's going on. Hopefully, we're going to be super bullish. Good luck, everybody. We're going to drop it in 3, 2, 1. Obviously, everyone from TikTok, I apologize. I probably could show you this, actually, but I'm sorry, TikTok. Every time I actually try and put you through the normal screen where you can see what I'm seeing at, then TikTok banned me. So I don't quite know why. But anyway, Siobhan just joined the live. Hey, shout out to you, Siobhan. Hopefully brand new to cryptocurrency. Smash the like button, hit the follow button. You do not want to miss out on everything that's going on because crypto, my friends, is bullish.
No staking, no mining, just rolling and shining. Marbits, rise or fall, crypto destiny in a rubber ball. Gamble, glory, marble, flame. This coin rewrote the whole damn game. Where the weird get paid and the blockchain gods watch marbles parade. So state your pride, unleash your soul, and let the marbles roll.
Bullish on that track, by the way. Who's out in front? F110 making a move, followed very closely by 067C. Depending on which way people go, here is where the mixer is, though. This is where it's all going to get spicy. You got to keep dialed in. Okay, we're getting into the meat and grinder end. Let's get ready. Who's going to take the win? F110 looks like he's on the move. Bad news, though, everybody. Bad news. Marion says, they pump titles. This person, all they lie about crypto, I had enough. Marion, I think this is the first time I've seen you in this live stream. Maybe second, actually. I would, however, just ask if you could. Obviously, it's good to get feedback from everybody. I appreciate feedback always. Feedback is a gift given by many. But I would ask, just let me know what specifically I've lied about on my live streams. It just helps me grow as an individual. It helps me feel more connected to my community. And ultimately, if I have felt or made people feel that way, then it'd be good to get that and absolutely deliver better.
Marbits, the only coin that doesn't care who you are, just how well you roll.
Who's going to take the win? This is getting closer than I thought it was going to be. It's definitely getting closer than I thought it was going to be. Marion, hold on a minute and I will come back to you. 1 second. I'm just curious who's going to win. Who's going to win? It's close. It's A347. Takes the win. Bullish, everybody. Bullish. Congratulations. A347 will get your winnings sent over to you ASAP. Once again, shout out to you. And shout out to everybody for getting involved, as that absolutely is helping out the project. Right. Right. Let me try and answer some of these questions. Sitecoin said you did lie about eating crumpets and ranch. Get the hell out of here, Alvin. Get the hell out of here. Right. Marion, let me answer your question. Just want to know why this people promote crypto and lie about, wow, XRP 10,000 and stuff like that. Okay, so 2 things. I've never said XRP will go to $10,000 ever, and I would urge you to go and find the video that I've said that in. That wasn't a. In fact, I actually don't think I ever have said that. Let me check. I have never said it. All that tells me, Marion, is you don't watch my videos, because I absolutely disagree, and I've said that a number of times, with people with insane price predictions for XRP, right? I don't think it's a good thing. I absolutely, completely believe that not to be the case. And I think the most I've ever said is like $100, I think XRP could get to, and then the context of the video says, like, watch for it. I think the only time I ever actually said 10,000, I actually ridiculed someone in that video by saying, don't watch these people that tell you that they're going to go to $10,000, because I absolutely think that's complete nonsense. So yeah, don't always believe the hype, right? Don't always believe the hype, but I don't believe I've ever said 10,000. I don't believe I have. So I did one that said XRP set to skyrocket on this $100 billion news, which was $100 million news, which was an acquisition, I think it was. I did a $10,000, and then I put so this is the video I think you're referring to. I actually have found it, by the way. I actually have found it. Bear with me 1 second. I think it's this one. Like I said, I absolutely stand by what I've done. So this video here, this is a very old version of me, by the way. This is the only reference I ever made to XRP got $10,000, and it was done on. When did we do this? We did this 9 months ago, and it says XRP versus SEC ends Thursday. What's next? And $10,000 XRP claims. So really specific. I literally say in the video, if people are telling you XRP's got $10,000, they're liars and you should unsubscribe to that channel. That's my opinion, by the way. That's my opinion. So that's the only time I've ever used that in the title of a video. Ever. $100 maybe, but 10,000 definitely not. And I literally ridicule someone. I might even bring up like... I might even actually bring up some like YouTubers like live stream videos. I thought I did, but maybe not. Maybe not. But I actually thought that, yeah. Anyway, I highly recommend and encourage you to go and watch that video, because that is definitely not what I said. But the price never come as you said. Again, that's not true though. That's simply not true, is it? It's not true. You told me Marbit's going to 10K. I was talking about XRP at 40 cents. It's at $2.14 right now. That's a pretty good turnaround. That is a pretty good turnaround. So, you know, look, I unfortunately can't, you know, help everybody. I will definitely not get everything right. I think that's fair to say. Everyone told us that we were going to hit 150K on Bitcoin. We haven't. Doesn't mean everyone's wrong. Depends what timescale you're running in. What I would say and encourage you is, if this channel's not for you, look, there's no hard feelings. Don't worry about it. But at the same time, you've got to understand the YouTube mechanic. Like, you have to, I didn't even show you the video. You'd have to understand the YouTube mechanic and understand it. If I literally put a title out that said XRP may go up in price this week, however there are some strong headwinds to say that it wouldn't, no one would watch it. Let's be clear about that. That's just how life works. But yeah, like I said, look, there is never in any ill 10. I highly recommend watching the videos if you aren't. What about XRP at 9.9K? Possible. Bob says if it could go 3 many factors, BlackRock is, I mean, yeah, definitely could do a good run. Why is XLM being so wild? Stella looking good for a pump. Yeah, lots of people believe XLM will run as well. It's aligned obviously quite well to XRP. It's just at 25 cents, which is pretty good in fairness. I want to see a bikini mud pool fight between Holmes and Marion. That'd be pretty wild. Yeah, that'd be interesting. That would be interesting. But yeah. I'm not a bad person, but just so many people lie. Absolutely, 100%. And I would say and encourage you not to watch those people, not to take advice from those people. Like I said, I live stream 6 days a week in front of this community every single, day of the week, other than Saturdays. I stand by conviction that I make, i.e. I'm a heavy investor in XRP. I've been talking about XRP way before loads of people were talking about it here on the channel, on YouTube as well. So again, you can't just take, the worst thing you can do is just blindly follow what people say, right? That's the worst thing you can do. You've got to take what people say in context, do your own research, understand it. I know it's a cliche world, but yeah. It's absolutely a view of the market. So let me put it this way. Would you say, or I'm getting into like a debate here, and I'm not going to debate because I'm going to go in a minute, but the view would be, if there is positive news, i.e. Ripple buying Hidden Road, right? And if you go and watch a lot of videos, they will say this is super bullish, XRP is going to go to the moon. You watch my video, I break down exactly what Hidden Road is, how much monetary value runs through it, why it's going to use the XRPL. So obviously you would say, well, with all of this, the potential price would be an increase. Like, do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, you're not going to be like, oh, there's a $1.25 billion acquisition and it's going to go zero. Like, that'd be wild. But anyway, that's my view, by the way. Again, I always welcome feedback on the channel. I think it's important. But be very clear about what you're giving feedback on, because actually I've never at all stated that that XRP will go to $10,000. Never. And I urge you to actually watch some of the videos that I put out rather than just guessing based on titles. Many people do, by the way. And again, another good way of checking this before I get out of here is if you go to YouTube and you type in XRP, you're going to get all of what people like to put on. And I would urge and argue that if you look at some of my titles versus what other people put, then, you know, they're very much different to what you get. How institutions are buying millions of dollars of XRP. I don't know if they are. If you hold XRP, biggest rally in history, maybe. Democrats kill crypto bill, XRP and alts in serious trouble. I disagree. 11.6 trillion. See, some of these people are wild. Not one of my videos is there though, baby. Not one of mine, look, you see? Not one of mine. So yeah, I chased rumors of $1,000 XRP and uncovered something bigger. Shit. Anyway, on that bombshell, once again, none of my videos are here, you see. None of mine are here because I'm not in the whole like weird, super crazy algorithm that's just like, hey, I think XRP is going to go to 1 million. Maybe I could put a video out about that. Right. Okay, tell me about US tariffs in your opinion. No, go and watch the rest of the live stream. I talked about them earlier on. FYI, we actually looked at growth. So this is the thing. It's a good point, actually, Marion. It's a good point, right? I'm not going to go back over it now because I've already been over it and and I'm way over my time. But I literally broke down the export and import ratios of China. I broke down the monetary value of imports and exports from China to give you my, you know, thought through view on tariffs. All right, go back to about 15 minutes into the live stream. I specifically talk about tariffs. I talk about why it's going to be important. I talk about some of the decisions. But that brings me to the end of the live stream. So come and join us tomorrow, Marion. Highly would say come and join us. Hit the subscribe button, all that good stuff. But until another night, which will be tomorrow, by the way, 4 p.m. Eastern, as always. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to leave you with some jazzy music. And everyone, including Marion, because we're absolutely bullish on this channel. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.